Good afternoon, everyone. This is Trader Tim from over at eminimine.com doing a Monday market analysis for the 27th of July 2020. It's good to be back. I was on vacation last week and pretty good week to be on vacation. There wasn't a whole lot of excitement going on, and I wanted to walk through first today if we look at the larger daily time frame. And what's starting to happen is you get these levels of 50% retracements, or tiers, if you will. That's probably a better word for it. So if we start with our largest 50% retracement that we double bottomed in back in June, well, from there we had a low to swing high that didn't quite tag up its 50%, but it got close, and then we went and broke highs, and then we didn't quite touch the negative 23, but again, we got close before pulling back, and so drawing up the next retracement is where we set up on Friday. And then today we're breaking above yesterday's high, so it's a nice long setup for swing trades and kind of initiating the next leg higher. Now when you have these different tiers, if we call this bigger one tier 1 and then the second guy tier 2, I would kind of consider both of these tier 2s. They're smaller, but they're not just encompassing 1 or 2 days. We've got a good week and a half of days between the anchor points. But keep in mind the larger target. So if we relate this over to the ES, let's look at the price levels. So we're talking a 33.42 as the target for the larger retracement. And in the meantime, you kind of have these smaller retracements that really help prop it up. You get more buyers coming in at each retracement. Every time we break out, we get some people chasing, and then the folks that bought at the 50% or bought low are then taking some profits. Market pulls back. The people who chase the market are underwater, so they get stopped out. They lose money, and the cycle kind of continues over and over again. So if you're constantly buying on pullbacks, buying at 50%, buying when the market has pulled back versus chasing it higher, you're going to be much better off. So as we sit up here right around the 3200 level on the ES, we're kind of at these prior highs. We have support from the prior kind of consolidation that's sitting on its prior highs. So lots of good momentum to the upside. The volatility's low. End of summer, and especially July, this time of year, is, I guess you wouldn't really call this the end of summer, but the mid to latter portion of summer can be pretty quiet. You get a lot of folks, traders going on holiday and just not having a lot of major decisions being made from like the Fed meetings and some of these other bigger announcements. If there are going to be meetings, they're typically, it's just kind of that summer vibe or that summer hiatus for a lot of folks. So we do have more earnings, but aside from that, if we take a quick look over at the economic calendar, it's kind of just the typical. We've got home price index tomorrow, consumer confidence, jobless claims, and GDP on Thursday. GDP could be a little bit of a shakeup just because of all the virus stuff that is going to be within that. But the market is not pricing the past. The market is forward looking and pricing what could happen and might happen in the future. So there is a Fed press conference and meeting announcement on Wednesday, but not really expecting a whole lot. Tomorrow and Wednesday, I would expect the mornings to be pretty quiet. So as we kind of finish up the month of July, things might be pretty quiet, and then as we go into August can be a little bit wacky at times, but once we get through that Labor Day holiday, things really tend to kick up in the fall. So be patient, be careful out there, and just kind of continue doing with what's working. Buying the pullbacks here and the ES has been pretty good, and the market's just kind of chugging along, not screaming higher, but slow and steady as she goes, working its way up. So tomorrow we will be doing a live trading session. Not expecting a ton, but if you want to stop in, ask questions, follow along, you can do that at eminimind.com/VIP. Thanks everyone, and we will talk to you soon.